Morning. Give my own introduction. I love that. I'm Jeremy Veldman. Most of you know who I am, but just a quick background on me. I'm originally from Michigan. I've lived in Memphis now for 20 years. I actually graduated from Christian Brothers University, electrical engineering, 1998, and I went to Mississippi State University after that. Spent 11 years there, got a couple master's degrees, electronics engineering, master's in business administration, and I worked in the semiconductor industry for 9 years, designing computer chips. So I got tired of the corporate life, wanted to become an entrepreneur, so I started investing in real estate back in 2006. Bought my first investment property right here in Memphis. Still own it. It's doing well. And I'm currently with Memphis Turnkey Properties. Still in the real estate business, still selling houses to investors around the world. Memphis Turnkey is a great business, doing very, very well. But I started investing in RTO Contracts a couple of years ago. And really what I do is I use real estate to generate cash, and then I take that cash and I invest it in RTO Contracts. So that's my strategy for building wealth. Now, what is rent to own? Rent to own is also known as basically what it is it's a legal procedure where tangible property such as furniture, consumer electronics, or home appliances is leased in exchange for a weekly or monthly payment with the option to purchase at any time throughout the period. And it's not like traditional financing. It's different from traditional methods of purchase because the rent-to-own transactions are not obligations to purchase, since the agreement can be terminated by the lessee at any point in time with the return of the property. So basically you're renting out the piece of equipment on a month-to-month basis with no obligation to purchase, and you can return it at any time. Now, the analogy I like to use is how many people in here have ever used or done business with Aaron's or Rent-A-Center? And they do this with furniture, they do this with appliances, electronics. Basically, you can acquire the good and hold on to it for a period of time and return it at any time. Same concept here, only it's in portable self-storage buildings. I met Gene Yoder, he's my business partner in this, a couple years ago at MIG, and Gene owns a business called ProBuilt of Memphis. And ProBuilt specializes in portable buildings. These are anything from garages, barns, cabins, even gazebos, carports, swing sets, playhouses, dog houses, whatever. There's just a ton of different things. And if you drive around town, you can see these things in people's backyards. So Gene's company builds these things and sells them on, among other things, rent-to-own, RTO. Now let's talk about how this actually works. So here's Gene. Gene owns a company called ProBuilt of Memphis, and he's going to sell a portable barn to a customer. Gene is the seller, and Mark is going to buy a portable building, a barn. Now, Mark has the option to pay all cash for this building if he wants, or he can acquire it on RTO, and when he does, something called an RTO contract is created. Now, Gene is in the business of selling these buildings, but he's not necessarily in the business of financing them. So Gene needs cash to keep his business going forward. And that's where Jer comes in. Jer is the investor who buys the RTO contract from Gene and returns the cash to Gene's business as working capital that he can roll back into his business. And the RTO contract, these are just rough numbers. The barn could cost $6,000, so Mark could either write a check for $6,000 to pick this thing up one time, or finance it rent to own for about $277 a month for 36 months, and that would equate to about $10,000 over the course of 3 years that I, the investor, would get. And that would equate to about a 22% rate of return per year, or a 66% rate of return overall. So this is the essence of how RTO works in portable self-storage buildings. Now, I've done several of these. 3 of my contracts matured back in November, all carports, but you can see some of the numbers that I'm getting. I'm averaging about a 30% rate of return, and one of them actually paid off early. Sometimes that happens. Customers return their money, and a 14% rate of return in 5 months is not bad. So carports are great. Love them. So Gene and I got together and we created a course that basically shows people how to do this. It's called RTO Gold Mine, and it's basically an 11-module system that sells for $197. And what it does is it shows people how to make a 22 to 40% rate of return on their capital investing in RTO contracts and portable self-storage buildings. This is the sales page or the product page, rtogoldmine.com/goldmine. There's a 15-minute video that presents the concept of what RTO investing is, and then there's some verbiage below it. If you want the product, you simply click on that button right there. You're taken to a fulfillment page, you buy it, and it's 100% digital, which means you can go through the material online and consume it immediately. So it's not physical, it's 100% digital. And this is some of the material that's covered. We talk about self-storage, rent-to-own, what it is, how it works. We go through the contracts and paperwork, the mechanics of the deal process, how it works. We talk about sources of RTO contracts, where to get these things, how to find companies like Gene's to do business with in your own market. We talk about risk, we talk about customer relations, and we even give you a system for managing RTO contracts effectively. And the thing I love is the bonuses. One of the bonuses is what's called tax-free RTO investing. You can set up what's called a self-directed 401k if you're involved in self-employment activities, not a self-directed IRA. The difference is with a self-directed 401k, first of all, you can make higher annual contributions. You can contribute up to $17,500 of your income into your 401k. You don't need a third-party custodian. You can be the trustee of your own plan. Phenomenal strategy, and this, in my opinion, in and of itself is worth the price of the course. Here's the blog page. We upload content here regularly, rtogoldmine.com. And who am I looking for? This is still something, basically I'm looking for people who are interested in buying this course. Young, hungry, ambitious, entrepreneurially minded people who are curious and passionate about alternative strategies for investing and growing their capital. These could be cash investors, these could be IRA investors, these could be young entrepreneurs, this could be real estate investor wannabes, people who want to get into the real estate business but for some reason there are just obstacles that are preventing them from taking action. Maybe they just need to research something different, even though I think real estate is a phenomenal strategy for building wealth. Seminar junkies, people who just go from one seminar to the next, blow money and can't ever decide what they want to do. Windfalls, people who come into money and looking for a way to invest it. Gurus and affiliates. Now let's talk about the affiliate program. RTO Goldmine has what's called an affiliate program. This is the link to it, rtogoldmine.com/goldmine/promotional tools. I've set up everything for you. And this is for anyone out there that's got a list that you're looking to add value to. And basically, it's set up through ClickBank. You put your ClickBank ID in there, and it'll create a hop link that links to all the emails. I got 4 swipe emails for you that you can send out to your list to promote this product. And I've also got animated banners with HTML code with your ClickBank ID in it that you can put on your blog. When people click on this product and they buy it, you get credit for it. Again, the price of the course is $197, and I do a 50-50 commission split. Novel strategy, RTO investing, and it's the strategy that I'm using for building wealth. RTOGoldmine.com. Jeremy Veldman, thank you very much.